Hello everyone. So welcome to session 17. In session 16, I discussed a very simple problem on amalgamation of firms, how to prepare revaluation account, partners capital account and new firm account. When goodwill is raised, even that one we have discussed there. In this session, I am going to discuss one more problem on amalgamation of firms, but remember in this problem I am going to discuss in case if the goodwill is already present in the old firm's balance sheet as well as the goodwill is raised, plus if the new firm doesn't want to maintain a goodwill in its books of accounts, as well as the partners have decided to maintain their capital at equal, then how to prepare the books of accounts, right? So this is very important because I have covered almost all the entries in this problem. So let us start our discussion with a problem. I'll read out the problem for you. The following were the balance sheets of Messrs. A and B and Messrs. X and Y as on 31/12/2015, on which date they decided to amalgamate their business. So creditors of A and B 40,000, X and Y 18,000, bills payable only with respect to A and B, then reserves of A and B, then the capital balances of A, B, X and Y are given. Come to asset side, we have cash in bank of 8,000 and 4,000, debtors of X and Y 12,000, and debtors of A and B we have 11,000. Then stock in trade, there is 9,000 and 12,500. Furniture is only with X and Y. Motor van is also with X and Y. Premises is with A and B. And goodwill is already present in the books of X and Y, but not in the books of A and B. So entire balance sheet should be kept in your mind. So then go through the further adjustments. A and B were sharing profits and losses equally, and X and Y in the ratio of 3:2. The terms of amalgamation were as follows. The first condition is the new firm was to take over all the assets and liabilities of both the firms, subject to Messrs. A and B, meeting their bills payable out of their bank balance. Let me tell you friends, what they are telling is the new firm is going to take over all the assets and liabilities of both the firms, but remember, bills payable of Messrs. A and B. Look at here in the balance sheet. Here we have bills payable of Messrs. A and B. What they are telling? Should be payable out of their bank balance. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಲ್ಸ್ ಪೇಬಲ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಅವ್ರ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನ್ಯೂ ಫರ್ಮ್ಗೆ ಬಿಲ್ಸ್ ಪೇಬಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ದಿ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಅಂಡ್ ಬಿ ವರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್. ಡಿಟಾಸ್ 10,000, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 11,000 ಇದೆ, 10,000ಕ್ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ 6,000, ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 9,000 ಇದೆ, 6,000 ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಸೆಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಸೆಟ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್, ಅಸೆಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಪ್ರಿಮೈಸಸ್ then followed by goodwill. Friends, this is the point which I wanted to discuss. In my previous session, in the problem, the goodwill was present in this adjustment only. But look at it, this one. So this time, the goodwill is present in the balance sheet of X and Y. XY ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ, but A and B ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ? goodwill raise ಆಗಿದೆ A and B. ಇದೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. The next, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರೋದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗೆ, ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ರೇಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗೆ, ರೈಟ್? Then the assets of X and Y were valued as under. So debtors 10,000, stock 9,500, furniture 18,000, then goodwill 3,000. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಸೊ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ X and Y ಕಾಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ತರ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಯಾವ ತರ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಡೇಟಾಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೇಟಾಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ X and Y. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 12,000 ಡೇಟಾಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೇ ಡೇಟಾಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, 10,000ಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. 12,000 ಇದೆ ಡೇಟಾಸ್, 10,000 ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಹತ್ರ, ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ತಗೋತೀವಿ. ಹೀಗೆ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸಹ ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ನು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ನಾವು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿಶ್, ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಶೋ ಯು. ಸೊ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ 8,000 ಇತ್ತು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಈಗ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗಿದೆ 3,000 ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಟ್ಯಾಂಜಿಬಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ದೆನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ 4 ನೋಡಿ, X took over the motor van at an agreed value of 4,000. ಸೊ ಅಸೆಟ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಫರ್ಮ್ ತಗೊಂಡೋದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಸೆಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಅಸೆಟ್ ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿದೆ. ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೋಟರ್ ವ್ಯಾನ್ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, X and Y ಇದೆ, 5,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಮೋಟರ್ ವ್ಯಾನ್ ಅನ್ನ X ಅನ್ನೋ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, 4,000ಕ್ಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಬೈ 1,000. ಸೊ ಮೋಟರ್ ವ್ಯಾನ್ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ X ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ರೇಟಿಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಗೆ ತಗೋತೀವಿ. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್. ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೆಸರ್ಸ್ X and Y ಟು ಬಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ 3,500 being the value of patent rights which were not shown in the balance sheet. ಸೊ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಲವು ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ನ ನಾವು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಪೇಟೆಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಟ್ಯಾಂಜಿಬಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್. ಪೇಟೆಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ therefore it should be taken on the credit side of revaluation account. Then it was decided that the new firm should not maintain goodwill. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಸೊ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ನ ನ್ಯೂ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 16 ತೆಗೆದು ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ನಾವು ಅಮಾಲ್ಗಮೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ನ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯೂ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ನ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ದಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ನ್ಯೂ ಫರ್ಮ್ ವರ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ at 10,000 ಈಚ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಸೊ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿರಬೇಕು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಬಟ್ ಈ ಸಾರಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ 10,000 ಇರಬೇಕು. ಫರ್ದರ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಎಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಎನಿ ಎಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡೆಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ವಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಟು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಆ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಡೆಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಂತೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೆಲವು ಟೈಮ್ ಏನಂತಾರೆ, ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಮುಂದುವರಿಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ ದ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. So as usual, so prepare ledger accounts in the books of A and B. I am going to say old firms ಅಲ್ಲಿ ledger accounts ಹಾಕಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನ್ಯೂ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So as usual, begin with revaluation account of A and B. ಇದು ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ಡೆಟಾರ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ A and B ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, 12,000 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, the assets of A and B are revalued as under ಅಂತ. ಸೊ 10,000ಕ್ಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಲಾಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಬೈ 2,000. ಸೊ ಎನಿ ಪ್ರಾವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾವಿಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಡೌಟ್ಫುಲ್ ಡೆಟ್ 1,000. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 9,000 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಹೊಸ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅಗ್ರೀಡ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಓವರ್ at 6,000 rupees. ಸೊ ಹೆನ್ಸ್ there is a decrease in the value of asset by 3,000. After that premises ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 12,000 ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಪ್ರಿಮೈಸಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಬಟ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, 18,000ಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ therefore there is increase in the value of asset. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ನೋ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಎಂಟ್ರೀಸ್, ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಬಂದು 7,000. ಅದೇ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ 7,000. ಸೊ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡೇಟಾಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ನ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬರೋ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ 2,000. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಅದು ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಲಾಸ್ ಆನ್ ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ at their old profit sharing ratio. If A and B or profit sharing ratio ಇದೆ 1:1 ಈಕ್ವಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 1:1. ಅದರಿಂದ 1,000 ಹಾಕಿ. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸೊ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ whether they have a debit balance or credit balance. So based on that you can start up. So as in this problem the partners have credit balance, hence we started with buy balance brought down 5,500 and 6,500. Then by reserves, balance sheet ಅಲ್ಲಿ reserves ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ 8,000. So that 8,000 to be taken, 8,000 into your share ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ 1:1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಚಿದ್ರೆ 1/2 and B also 1/2, that is 4,000. In the books of A and B adjustment ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದಂದ್ರೆ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ರೇಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕೇವಲ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಇಸ್ ರೇಸ್ಡ್. ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ರೇಸ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ ಬೈ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್. ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ಸೊ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಇಸ್ 5,000. ಸೊ ಅವರ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ 1:1. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡಿವೈಡ್ 2,500 and 2,500, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟು ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಟೈಮ್ ನೀವು ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಲಾಸ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬೈ ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ಅವರ್ ಶೇರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು 1,000. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿಸ್ the difference what you gonna get is to be transferred to new firm account. So A 13,000, B 14,000. Once you are done with this, now depending on your requirements, so you nimma understanding, up to your understanding, as they said in the adjustment that the new firm, first adjustment itself, the new firm is going to take over all the assets and liabilities of a old firm except bills payable of A and B that should be paid out of their bank balance, they said. So it is depending on your understanding. It can also be said, instead of preparing these two accounts, you can simply understand bank balance is 8,000 and bills payable is 6,000. So out of 8,000 we paid 6,000. What would be my bank balance? My bank balance will be definitely 2,000. So this is how you can understand and finish off in one sentence. Or no sir, we want to prepare small accounts. Yes, you can go ahead with it. So bills payable is a liability. So start up with buy balance brought down. So take 6,000 is the value. We have a bank balance which is sufficient to make payment. Hence, if you paid this 6,000, take the 6,000 total. Or you can directly make an entry, bills payable account debit to cash or bank account 6,000. So once if you make a payment, so nothing to balance anything, hence the total will come down to 6,000 and 6,000. After that you have a cash at bank account. So start up with debit balance, 2 balance brought down, we have 8,000 as a balance. So just now you pass an entry on the debit side, right? So 2 cash at bank. So that entry should be written on the credit side as by bills payable account 6,000. Now take the total. Debit side is more, keep the 8,000 total, keep the same total on credit side, minus 6,000, difference 2,000. So that's what I told you friends. In a simple one sentence you can finish off the work, or else If you want to draw accounts, simple accounts, you can draw. So after this, quite calm, transfer all the assets to the new firm account at their agreed value, as well as on the credit side, liability. And remember, bills payable need not be taken over because we have made the payment of bills payable here. We have settled the account. Hence, bills payable won't come. And lastly, take partner's capital. So just now you prepared partner's capital account. The balances what you got is 13 and 14,000. So same balance should be carried over here. Once if you take a total, the total will be 41,000 and 41,000. So this is in the books of firm A and B. Now in the books of X and Y, as usual, so if there is a decrease in the value of any asset, debitor. So take an example of debtor. So debtor in the balance sheet given value is 12,000 and the new firm agreed to take over it at 10,000. So hence decreased by 2,000. Then we have motor van, and remember motor van is not taken over by new firm but it is taken over by a partner at a value of 4,000, but the balance sheet value is 5,000. So hence decrease in the value of asset by 1,000. Then stock. Look at the balance sheet value is 12,500, but the new firm agreed to take over the stock at 9,500. Hence it is decreased by 3,000. After that, as I told you, if the goodwill is raised, an entry will directly come into the partner's capital account. But if the goodwill is already present in the balance sheet of a firm and a revalued value is given, then you can take it here to the revaluation account or you can take it on the debit side of partner's capital. So whichever you feel comfortable. If you want to treat it as in par with other assets, take it to the revaluation account. Just compare what is the book value, what is the agreed value. So 8,000 is the book value, a new firm agreed to take over at 3,000. So the loss or the decrease in the value of asset by 5,000. And lastly, furniture. So furniture value is 8,500, but the new firm agreed to take over at 6,000. So hence the value lost is 2,500. After that, by patent rights, so you can find this in the adjustment when the assets are not recorded in the balance sheet. If you find them in the adjustment, so make a direct entry on the credit side of revaluation account for the asset. In case of liabilities, on the debit side of revaluation account. Quite opposite. So this much are the entries to revaluation account. Now take the total. On the debit side it is more, 13,500. So keep the same total on credit side, 13,500. The difference is 10,000. So this is to be divided among the partners in their profit sharing ratio. That is 3/5 and 2/5. X share is 6,000 and Y share is 4,000. After this one, so prepare partners capital account. So we have no much adjustments here. So as usual, begin with buy balance brought down, capital balances of 20,000 and 12,000. And for the asset taken over by the partner, that is motor van is taken over by X, hence entry should be made only in the X column. At what value he has agreed to take over, that value should be entered. He has agreed to take over the value at 4,000, hence 4,000. After that, just now you prepare revaluation. So both the partners, their share of revaluation loss to be transferred on the debit side to revaluation account, 6,000, 4,000. So now take the total. So credit side is more, 20,000 and 12,000. Keep the same total on the credit side, 20,000 and 12,000. A difference of you will get is 10,000 and 8,000. After this, as usual, new firm account to transfer all the assets at their agreed value and liabilities also at their agreed value. And remember, so goodwill as well as patent rights will come into picture here also. Goodwill See, at the balance sheet, its value is near 8,000. Here at what value the new firm agreed to take over at 3,000. And patent rights are not there in the balance sheet, but the assets are with the firm, hence this asset need to be debited to new firm account too. And finally, not to forget, take the capital balances of both the partners, X and Y. So just now the balances what you got is 10,000 and 8,000. They are on the debit side, transfer them on the credit side of new firm account. This is in the books of old firms. Now, in the books of new firm, you can go with the partner's capital account. I'll little bit zoom it so that it is visible to you. So here now, you need to prepare a partner's capital account, that is combined partnership capital account A, B, X and Y. So initially, you start up with buy balance brought down. So that is at the capital balances of all the partners 13,000, 14,000, 10,000 and 10,000. So these balances you just brought down. After that, remember the new firm doesn't want to maintain goodwill. They said in the adjustment. Hence, as I told you, it's very easy to remember. The goodwill is raised and entry will come on the credit side of partner's capital account. If you want to write off the goodwill, an entry should be made on the debit side of partner's capital account. Hence, the new firm don't want to maintain the goodwill. Now, if you take the goodwill of both the firm, right, that is at 5,000 and 3,000, total is 8,000, and new partnership firm want to maintain their profit sharing ratio equal to their capital balances, they said. Now, what is their capital balances? Prior to that, they said that all the partners have to contribute 10,000 each. The new firm decided to have a capital of 10,000 each, they said. Hence, first you pass the credit side entry, that is buy balance brought down. After that, you write off the goodwill, that is the entire 8,000 to be divided among partners in their new capital ratio. Let me tell you, the new firm said that each partner will contribute 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. It's nothing but their profit sharing ratio equal to their capital ratio means 1:1:1:1. Hence, this entire 8,000 is divided among all the four partners in equal manner. Since in this way, goodwill is written off, and we need to mention two balances carried out, because these are the balances which you gonna show will be carried further. Since we need to write 10,000, 10,000, 10,000 and 10,000 each. After this, they said that any difference in the capital balances need to be adjusted to partners' current account. Hence, before you write buy current account and do current account, compare the total. Now I'll show you goodwill written of 2,000 and capital to be carried forward is 10,000. So total on the debit side is 12,000, but total on the credit side of A is 13,000. Hence, take the debit side total of A 13, credit side of A 13, keep the same total on the debit side and minus 12,000 difference of 1,000 to A's account, that is to be transferred to current account. Now, in the same manner, compare B. B's capital account on the credit side is 14,000 and debit side we have only 12,000. For goodwill written of 1 and capital balance 10,000. So total 12,000. So 14,000 is more. Hence, take the total of 14,000 on the credit side, keep the same total on debit side, minus 12,000. So difference of 2,000 to be transferred to current account, that is B's current account. In the same manner with X and Y. Now compare X. X credit side we have only one, that is 10,000, but debit side if you look at goodwill 2,000 plus capital balance 10,000. So total 12,000. Now X capital account is showing 12,000 balance. Keep the same 12,000 on the credit side and difference of 2,000. So this 2,000 to be transferred as by X current account. And the same thing with Y also. Y's capital account on the debit side it is more, that is 12,000. Keep the same total 12,000 on the credit side and deduct 8,000, the difference of 4,000 to be transferred with Y's current account. So when you prepare this one, your amalgamated balance sheet becomes very easy. So now nothing new into it. So as usual, capital balances, they told you each partner contributing. Here just when you wrote two balance were carried out. How much you wrote here? 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. That is what is the capitals which a new firm want to maintain every partner, 10,000. Apart from that, you have a creditor of 14,000, 18,000, that is 32,000. And now the current account. So look at partners current account which are showing credit balances. So A's and B's current accounts are showing credit balance. Hence, I have taken 3,000 on liability side. And here also take all the assets at agreed revalued figures and current account. Why current account at X and Y? Because look at here, they are showing debit balance. Hence, those two current accounts have been brought on the asset side of balance sheet, amalgamated balance sheet. So this is how an amalgamated balance sheet will get closed. Right? So 75,000 and 75,000. Friends, in today's session, so many adjustments I have covered. Hence, in case if you get any doubts, so you are free to mail me at sagargvt@88gmail.com. So which I have already mentioned in video description. Please go through. In case if you have any doubts, you can post your query, I will respond. And I have quoted a reference from which textbook this problem is being taken. With this, we will conclude for the day. So thank you.